So, good day, review students. Welcome to our live review class, Licensure Examination for Teachers, General Education. This is our episode 1. I am Professor Paul Hiranio, a faculty member of the University of San Agustin here in Iloilo City. I have a bachelor's degree in secondary education from West Visayas State University. And I have a master's degree in education from the University of the Philippines. I have been a lecturer for 10 years. So our general instructions are: first, prepare a piece of paper for this quiz. Next, there are 10 multiple choice questions. After the last option of every number, that's usually D or E, you have 10 seconds to write your answer. The correct answer is revealed before the next question is given. So you check, you answer, and you check as we go along. So good luck. Before we proceed to the quiz proper, please help this channel by subscribing. We upload daily quizzes on different topics. Let's start. Question number 1. Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince is relatively A, short, B, long, C, both A and B, letter D, neither A nor B. I will give you time to write your answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter A, short. Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince is relatively short. Who was Niccolo Machiavelli? Remember during the debate last month, Professor Clarita Carlos, asked then Presidential Bongbong Marcos if whether or not he was a Machiavellian. And BBM said yes. So who was Niccolo Machiavelli? He was an Italian diplomat, author, philosopher, and historian who lived during the Renaissance. And ang Prince ay ang masterpiece ni Niccolo Machiavelli. Ito ay isang political treatise na kanyang sinulat. At sinulat niya ito bilang gabay sa mga prinsipe at mga miyembro ng royal family. Okay? So Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince is relatively short. Now let's go to question number 2. Which of the following sentences does not apply to today's journalism? A. Journalists have more career path options than ever before. The journalism industry is evolving as people get their news in new ways. C. Journalists need a lot of money to set up a new news organization. C. Creative ideas for journalism content and distribution systems are everywhere. D. All of these. E. None of these. I will give you time to write your answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. Journalists need a lot of money to set up a new news organization. The question is, which of the following sentences does not apply to today's journalism? The answer is letter B, journalists need a lot of money to set up a new news organization. Nowadays, it's easy to set up a news organization because everything is going digital. In fact, you can do it on social media, especially on Facebook, which is for free, right? But of course, if you want to be legit, you have to apply for permits and you have to be accredited as well. Let's go to question number 3. Specifically is A, an additive word, B, an emphasizing word, C, an amplification word, D, an exclamatory word. Again, specifically is A, an additive word, B, an emphasizing word, C, an amplification word, D, an exclamatory word. I will give you time to write your answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter C, an amplification word. Specifically is an amplification word. Or another term for this is amplifier. Amplification word or amplifier. Amplifiers are words used to strengthen or intensify the meaning of a particular word. Again, amplifiers are used to strengthen or intensify the meaning of a particular word. Examples of amplifiers: absolutely, completely, totally, undoubtedly, so well, and heartily. Now let's go to question number 4. In our solar system, this is science. In our solar system, the planets known as the giant planets are also known as the outer planets. This statement is A, true, B, false, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. I will give you 10 seconds to write your answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter A, true. In our solar system, the planets known as the giant planets are also known as the outer planets. This statement is true. The 4 planets farthest from the sun are called the outer planets of our solar system. These are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Again, the 4 outer planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Regarding po sa pronunciation ng Uranus, a lot of astronomers and professors of astronomy, they also pronounce this Uranus. So you can pronounce this either Uranus or Uranus. And they are also called the 4 giant planets. Jupiter, again, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus or Uranus, and Neptune. The 4 outer planets, also the 4 giant planets. Question number 5. In the Hebrew tradition, which is not a part of the Bible. A. Prophets. B. Torah. C. Apocrypha. D. Writings. Again, in the Hebrew tradition, which is not a part of the Bible. A. Prophets. B. Torah. C. Apocrypha. D. Writings. I will give you 10 seconds to write your answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter C, Apocrypha. In the Hebrew tradition, which is not a part of the Bible, Apocrypha. They say that the Apocrypha, that the books of the Apocrypha are not divinely inspired. Therefore, the books of the Apocrypha are not included in the Jewish scripture. Biblical apocrypha are a set of texts included in the Septuagint and the Latin Vulgate, but not in the Hebrew Bible. By the way, it's pronounced, I used to pronounce this Septuagint, but when I check, um, YouTube, it's pronounced, biblical scholars pronounce this Septuagint. Again, biblical apocrypha are a set of texts included in the Septuagint and the Latin Vulgate, but not in the Hebrew Bible. Question number 6. Which among the following is incorrect about amphibia? A. They can live both on land and water. B. They are warm-blooded animals. C. They have three-chambered heart. D. They have gills, lungs to respire. What is the answer? I'll give you 10 seconds to write your answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. They are warm-blooded animals. The question is, which among the following is incorrect, not correct about amphibia? The correct answer is they are warm-blooded animals. Why? Because amphibians are cold-blooded animals. They are not warm-blooded animals. This is class Amphibia, the amphibians, and they are cold-blooded animals. Amphibians are cold-blooded animals. They lack an internal thermostat. Instead, they must regulate body heat through their interactions with the environment. Now let's go to question number 7. What punctuation mark separates an appositive from the word it modifies in a sentence? A quotation mark. B, comma. C, question mark. D, hyphen. Again, what punctuation mark separates an appositive from the word it modifies in a sentence? A, quotation mark. B, comma. C, question mark. D, hyphen. What is the correct answer? I'll give you 10 seconds to write your answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter B, comma. What punctuation mark separates an appositive from the word it modifies in a sentence? Comma or commas, because there are two. What is an appositive? It is a noun or a noun phrase that renames the noun next to it. or an appositive gives more information about the noun next to it, right? So we have here a sentence, Joanne, my friend, is here. Your main sentence is, Joanne is here. And we inserted an appositive, my friend, to rename, to describe, or to give more information about Joanne, right? So your appositive here is my friend. No, it's a noun phrase. And the appositive here is separated from the rest of the sentence using using two commas. Right? Question number 8. Experts in the field of communication believe that A, every definition of communication is partially right and partially wrong. B, there can be a lot of correct definitions for the term communication. C, each definition of communication allows us to see a situation in a slightly different perspective. D, all of these. E, none of these. Again, experts in the field of communication believe that A, every definition of communication is partially right and partially wrong. B, there can be a lot of correct definitions for the term communication. C, each definition of communication allows us to see a situation in a slightly different perspective. Letter D, all of these. Letter E, none of these. I'll give you 10 seconds to write your answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter D, all of these. Experts in the field of communication believe that every definition of communication is partially right and partially wrong, and there can be a lot of correct definitions for the term communication, and each definition of communication allows us to see a situation in a slightly different perspective. Number 9, to gain knowledge of the underlying structure and composition of the material world, early human beings, A, engaged in research, B, studied in universities, C, asked for divine wisdom, D, explored the environment. Again, to gain knowledge of the underlying structure and composition of the material world, early human beings, A, engaged in research, B, studied in universities, C, asked for divine wisdom, D, explored the environment. What is the correct answer? Okay, the correct answer is letter D, explored the environment. To gain knowledge of the underlying structure and composition of the material world, early human beings explored the environment. Through this way, they were able to adapt to their environments, which means adjusting to their environments to for them to survive, right? Now let's go to question number 10. Who is the current president of Ukraine? A, Nicola Azarov. B, Denis Shmihal. C, Viktor Yanukovych. D, Volodymyr Zelensky. Please forgive my pronunciation. These are Ukrainian names, and it's difficult for me to pronounce them. Okay, the correct answer is Letter B, Volodymyr Zelensky, the current president of Ukraine. Let's talk about him. Before he became the president of Ukraine, what was his job? Yes, what was his job before he became the president of Ukraine? Yes, the answer is actor or comedian. Another question here, how old is he? Yes, 40? No. 50? No. Okay, the correct answer is 44. President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine is 44 years old. He was born in 1978. Now, talk about his ancestry. Talk about his ancestry. Yes, he was born to a Jewish family. He was born to a Jewish family. What's his college degree? What's his college degree? Yes, the correct answer is law. He graduated law from Kiev National Economic University. That's President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine. So tell me your scores. 9? That's good. The passing score is 5. Oh, somebody got perfect. Congratulations. Way to go. Okay, sige. So want more quizzes? Click the subscribe button. We upload, again, daily quizzes on different topics. Please tap the notification bell as well to stay updated every time a new quiz has been posted. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode. Good day, everyone.